days after Justin Trudeau announced that he would step down as Canadian Prime Minister and Liberal Party leader. US President-elect Trump has emphasized on his interests to acquire Panama Canal, Greenland and Canada. However, he refused to rule out the use of military force to take control of the Panama Canal and Greenland, and economic force to acquire Canada. Since his election victory, President-elect Trump has repeatedly expressed his interest in gaining control of the Panama Canal and Greenland.
I wanted to touch on the world on fire that you mentioned, but let's start, if we could, with your references to Greenland and the Panama Canal, so forth. Can you assure the world that as you try to get control of these areas, you are not going to use military or economic coercion?
No.
And can you tell us a little bit about what your plan is? Are you going to negotiate a new treaty? Are you going to ask the Canadians to hold a vote? What is the strategy?
I can't assure you, you're talking about Panama and Greenland. No, I can't assure you on either of those two. But I can say this, we need them for economic security. The Panama Canal was built for our military. I'm not going to commit to that now. It might be that you'll have to do something. Look, the Panama Canal is vital to our country. It's being operated by China. China. And we gave the Panama Canal to Panama. We didn't give it to China.
However, Donald Trump later said that he would only use economic force and not military force against Canada.
Mr. President, if we were to work under the assumption that you're serious about making Canada the 51st state of the United States, the leader of the Conservative Party in Canada said, under no circumstances will it ever be the 51st state.
Maybe he won't win, but maybe he will. I don't care.
You had suggested.
Listen, I don't care what he says.
But Sir Lopez, you said you were considering military force to acquire Panama and Greenland. Are you also considering military force to annex and acquire Canada?
No, economic force. Because Canada and the United States, that would really be something. You get rid of that artificially drawn line, and you take a look at what that looks like. And it would also be much better for national security. Don't forget, we basically protect Canada. But here's the problem with Canada. So many friends up there. I love the Canadian people. They're great. But we're spending hundreds of billions a year to protect it. We're spending hundreds of billions a year to take care of Canada. We lose in trade deficits. We're losing massive. We don't need their cars. You know, they make 20% of our cars. We don't need that. I'd rather make them in Detroit. We don't need the cars. We don't need their lumber. We have massive fields of lumber. We don't need their lumber. We have to unrestrict them because stupid people put, restrictions on, but I can do that with an executive order. We don't need anything they have. We don't need their dairy products. We have more than they have. We don't need anything. So why are we losing $200 billion a year and more to protect Canada? And I said that to, as I called him, Governor Trudeau. I said, listen, what would happen if we didn't subsidize you, if we didn't, because we give them a lot of money. We help them. As an example, we're buying icebreakers, and Canada wants to join us in the buying of icebreakers. I said, we don't really want to have a partner in the buying of icebreakers. We don't need a partner. But no right. Nope, no right. Here's what we have. We have a right not to help them with their financial difficulties because we owe $36 trillion too. We're going to start knocking it out pretty fast, but we're going to be able to do it because of energy and other things. But no right. No right. But why are we supporting a country 200 billion plus a year? Our military is at their disposal. All of these other things, they should be a state. That's why I told Trudeau when he came down, I said, what would happen if we didn't do it? He said Canada would dissolve. Canada wouldn't be able to function if we didn't take their 20% of our car market. They send us hundreds of thousands of cars. They make a lot of money with that. They send us a lot of other things that we don't need. We don't need their cars, and we don't need the other products. We don't need their milk. We got a lot of milk. We got a lot of everything, and we don't need any of it. So I said to him, well, why are we doing it? He said, I don't really know. He was unable to answer the question, but I can answer it. We're doing it because of habit, and we're doing it because we like our neighbors, and we've been good neighbors, but we can't do it forever, and it's a tremendous amount of money. And why should we have a $200 billion deficit and add on to that many, many other things that we give them in terms of subsidy? And I said, that's okay to have if you're a state. But if you're another country, we don't want to have it. We're not going to have it with European Union either. European Union, we have a trade deficit of $350 billion. They don't take our cars. They don't take our farm product. They don't take anything. And so we're not going to have it with them either.
In recent weeks, Trump on social media has offered Canada to become the 51st state of the US. He even used Justin Trudeau's announcement of his plan to step down as Prime Minister and Liberal Party leader to reiterate his stance that Canada becomes the 51st state of the US. Trump has been posting pictures of Canada painted in the American flag with a caption, "Oh Canada." Earlier on 6 January, Trump offered new incentives, promising Canadians reduced tariffs, lower taxes, and enhanced security from potential threats like Russian and Chinese ships, should they agree to join the US. It is noteworthy that the post came just after Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's resignation offers. This isn't the first time Trump has offered Canada to merge with the USA. The president-elect has repeatedly mocked Trudeau since imposing a 25% tariff on Canadian and Mexican imports, citing their failure to control illegal immigration and drug trafficking. In an earlier post, Trump even offered Trudeau the symbolic title of Governor of the Great State of Canada, alongside a provocative image of a conquered Canada with the caption, "Oh Canada."
Subscribe to Midday India. Get direct notifications on all our videos by clicking on the bell icon.